Now, what is hypnosis? One cool way to think of hypnosis, and I think it's an accurate way to think of hypnosis, is it's a powerful set of tools that can assist you in reinforcing and strengthening decisions that you've already made for yourself and you want to reinforce. We coach some of the top salespeople in Silicon Valley from all the major corporations. I'm a preferred vendor at Oracle. I've been to EA, NEC, Corporate Gap, all kinds of companies like that. And I can tell you, so many salesmen come in here and they're like, God, I want to get over call reluctance. I want to get over that fear of giving presentations or fear of getting in front of customers. I want to feel more powerful. I want to feel better at doing that. And this is a great way to make that easier for them to do. That is a decision they already want to make for themselves, and then we show you how to cooperate and work with that other part of your mind in order to make that happen. So it's all about you reinforcing and strengthening decisions that you've already made for yourself and that you want. Now, why are you stuck? What brings someone to a hypnotist or to an NLP practitioner when there's millions of books out there we can all buy for $8 or $10 that have lots of great ideas? I can't tell you how many diet books there are out there that if you simply follow the instructions in the diet book, you'll lose a ton of weight. But of course, we don't follow them. Or maybe the salesperson doesn't follow the advice in the sales book like Han Kalsa's book, right? Let's get real, let's not play. Or let's say someone wants to quit smoking, and it's simple, stop smoking. But why are you stuck? Well, think of it like an internal tug of war, okay? When a person comes in to quit smoking, there's a part of them that really wants to stop, and yet there's another part of them that has fears and concerns about gaining weight, being grumpy, going through withdrawals. Same thing with losing weight. There's a part of them that really wants to lose weight, really wants to drop a few pounds, but there's another part of them that's afraid they're going to be deprived or feel like they're starving or that it won't last, or even if it works for some time, it's going to be painful, and then, of course, the weight will come back on. Same thing with relationships, with sales call reluctance, with sleep issues. There's some internal conflict, and this is what it comes down to. One metaphor people use to explain hypnosis is, think about your conscious mind. What you're aware of is like the very tip of the iceberg. And, of course, the big iceberg is the whole, that part that's under the water. That's the unconscious mind. That's what's really driving our behaviors. That's what causes us to avoid doing and engaging in behaviors and activities that we know will benefit us. Internal conflict. So what stops you? What causes internal conflict? Well, when a person comes in, they're very clear about what they want. They say, well, I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to stop smoking. I want to double my sales in the next year. But, there's always a but. But I don't want to starve. I'm afraid of, feeling like I'm missing out on or being hungry all the time. Or I'm afraid of the grumpiness and the irritability. Or, I'm afraid of taking more time away from my family to put more effort in at work. And so whenever we have this yes and but situation, really as a coach, as a hypnotist, as a behavioral change specialist, what I'm hearing is no, plain and simple. Yes plus but equals no. If you say, yes, I really want to have a great relationship, but last time I was in one, it went horrible, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, what you're really saying is, no, I don't want it. Okay? So how can hypnosis and NLP help you? Well, the first thing we can do is we can use it to help you interrupt bad habits or unuseful behaviors very rapidly and very quickly. Okay, now, ultimately, you're going to be doing it. We're going to coach you through the process of doing it. That is our specialty and how to make that happen. But it interrupts those bad habits or those unuseful behaviors so that you can stop them quickly. The second thing is that we're going to help you resolve internal conflicts to change, which is really a huge part of the process, is dealing with the internal conflicts to change. If a person believes that exercising is going to be painful, they're going to avoid it. But people who exercise regularly love exercising, okay? And so if you have a conflict or a concern with losing weight, with quitting smoking, with improving your relationship, with being more effective at work, that is something that we want to change so that there is no more tug of war going on, okay? So that all parts of you are in agreement. And when all parts of you get in agreement, it's very easy to accomplish really huge goals. The next thing is that hypnosis and NLP, by the way, stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. I get more into detail in that in the PDF report that you can download. But it helps you to install new behaviors and associations. Here's a great example of this. In the early 80s, Pepsi-Cola paid Michael Jackson this obscene amount of money. It was like $5 million at the time, more than anyone had ever been paid, to simply hold up a can of Pepsi on stage and film a commercial. Now, at the time, he was the most beloved entertainer in the world. So Pepsi knew if they could get him to hold up a can of Pepsi, since everyone had this intense attraction and love feeling for Michael Jackson at the time, which of course is not true today, but at the time it was, then they were banking on the fact that that love and that deep attraction would transfer onto the can of Pepsi. And of course that's exactly what happened. Pepsi sales went through the roof. And for those of you who don't know, Michael Jackson didn't even drink Pepsi at the time. Wasn't something that was even on his radar. But of course, the power of association is huge. Okay, just like a lot of smokers have an association that cigarettes equal relaxation, or overweight people think that eating is somehow going to soothe or make them feel good. Okay, and so these are associations we want to change or eliminate, and then create new associations that support you in getting the results you want. And then, of course, the next step is to reinforce those changes until they're second nature. And Hypnosis and NLP can help you do this very rapidly and effectively. One of the neat things about this, too, especially in the coaching and the hypnotic process, is it's very important to record where a person is before coming in for a session. Quite often, when you help someone achieve a really profound change using Hypnosis and NLP, they often report it's kind of like they forgot it was ever a problem, or it just seems like they've always been this new way. And what's really nice about that is that just shows you how once the change really takes place, it's like just like it's always been that way, like it's total second nature, like they couldn't imagine being another way. Quite often people in the weight loss program will report to me, they'll say, Robert, it's just like I feel like I've always eaten this way, I've always exercised this way, I couldn't imagine not doing that. Smokers will often quit and then look back, as little as a week later and go, it's like I never smoked. And we have lots of testimonial videos on the website that really show this, and firsthand you can hear it from people actually describing this kind of phenomena. So this is one of the really cool things about Hypnosis and NLP, very, very different than traditional methods of reading books and doing research on your own, because it really gets the information to that deeper part of the mind, the unconscious mind, which is really driving most of our behaviors. And again, it's all about having that breakthrough. Okay? So this is the website for those of you who are maybe finding this video on YouTube or some other place than the website. If you haven't been here yet, go to Bay Hypnosis right now. Put in your name, put in your email. We have lots of online programs you can check out. We have programs here in our San Carlos office, and of course we do lots of corporate presentations all around the U.S. Every year. So feel free to call us for more information, sign up for a screening, or just go ahead and register for a program and really learn about the power of utilizing that other part of your mind. That is our specialty here. We use hypnosis, we use neurolinguistic programming, we use behavioral change techniques, very, very cutting-edge stuff. And if you really start to look at the testimonials, you'll see we have the evidence to really back that up as well. I encourage you to take action immediately, and I look forward to talking